Hello, this is Clayton again, and the hiatus is finally over. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the My Little Pony hiatus has finally ended, and I have reviewed, I'm reviewing, sorry, wrong words. I'm reviewing the latest My Little Pony episode, Canterlot Boutique, written by Amy Keating Rogers, one of my favorite writers on the show. Now, Amy Keating Rogers has been a writer on My Little Pony for a very, very long time. She's written several episodes throughout all 5 seasons of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and she's written some early classic episodes like The Ticketmaster, Applebuck Season, and The Best Night Ever, and some modern classics from the later seasons, including Mystery on the Friendship Express from Season 2, as well as Philly Vanilli from Season 4. And now with her latest episode, Canterlot Boutique, I must say, it was a mixed bag. Yeah, I might be on the minority here, but I just found this one to be more of a competent episode from Amy Keating Rogers, rather than a surprisingly great one like her other Season 5 episode, The Lost Treasure of Griffinstone. Well, why do I think this way? Why do I think this episode isn't that amazing, but also not that bad? It's just sort of competent or slightly above average? Well, let's find out. This episode is about Rarity opening up a boutique in Canterlot and her getting a new manager named Sassy Saddles, who is voiced by Kelly Sheridan. And if the name sounds familiar, it's because she's the same voice actress who voiced Starlight Glimmer. And if you really want to go back, Kelly Sheridan is the same actress to play Barbie in every single Barbie movie. So, seeing Kelly Sheridan come back was actually pretty interesting, and her character wasn't as memorable as Starlight Glimmer, but her voice performance was decent, and Miss Sassy herself did have some funny lines every now and then. Plus, this episode had a decent musical number, The Rules of Rarity. And after going through so many episodes without a song, I mean, the last one that I can think of was I'll Fly from episode 5 of Season 5. So we had to wait for months and months on end for a new song. This one, in my opinion, isn't as memorable as, say, I don't know, it's not as memorable or as catchy as In Our Town, which was from the first episode of the season, or Let's Make This Castle a Home from Castle Sweet Castle, but I find it better than I'll Fly. And as far as Rarity songs are considered, I consider it better than Generosity from Rarity Takes Manhattan, but it's not as expertly crafted as, say, Art of the Dress from Suited for Success. It's a good song and it has its catchy moments, but it's not going to be an all-time classic, at least in my opinion. But I know the remix artists will definitely make some interesting remixes of the song, I'll tell you that. They're probably already working on remixes right now. So, what did I like about this episode? Well, the dialogue was pretty good. Rarity herself got some great lines. Pinkie Pie had a lot of funny moments with the strawberry, cinnamon, cilantro cupcakes. That sounds really disgusting, but they know it's disgusting. And the fact that Pinkie Pie is able to make so many insane creations, it makes me wonder if the writers are just messing with us now. Also, I liked the lesson of the episode pretty good. Because the thing is, what creates the conflict is the fact that Sassy Saddles is selling this line of dresses for Rarity at Canterlot Boutique. But the only dress that really seems to get any popularity, mainly because Princess Twilight, yes, Princess Twilight Sparkle, is wearing the dress, is her princess dress. And she just has to make the same dress over and over and over with no variation whatsoever. She gets sick of it. Like anyone who has to do the same job over and over and over. You'll get sick of it. So the fact that Rarity decided that enough was enough, and she went for a going out of business sale where she was selling all the different dresses to all these different types of ponies that weren't part of the snooty, snobbish Canterlot royalty. And the fact that the episode was about allowing a ton of products to be sold in circulation rather than just one product that happened to sell well in a certain time frame was pretty good. I like that. In fact, that seems like it's a message for business owners rather than children, though. But then again, some business owners need to know that you need to sell more than just one product for your store to be relevant or for your store to be interesting to run. I should know that myself, considering I've got to diversify the items that I put up for auction on eBay. Unfortunately, I felt that the first half of the episode had very, very slow pacing. The Amy Keating Rogers tried her best to mix it up. I'll give her that. But in my opinion, the first 11 minutes of the episode were very slow paced, and it was starting to get a little boring from time to time. When the second half starts, it's good. The pace quickens, the song hits, and the episode becomes much better than I thought it would be. It's just sitting through the first half that's not bad, but it's just monotonous. Again, from my standpoint. But also, thank God we finally have another rarity episode. It's almost like the creators knew what we wanted after going through about 2 months of a hiatus. I think over 2 months for a hiatus. To give us another episode starring what's possibly the most highly praised character out of the Brony analysis community. I would have preferred an episode that had the same amount of staying power or the same amount of memorable moments as, say, Suited for Success, but as it stands, this episode has good humor, good voice acting, good new character designs, because these new ponies at the end, a lot of the good humor comes right at the end, because there are all these different types of ponies, one that acts like a valley girl, another one that acts like a goth girl, another one that's insanely obese. I'm sorry if people are offended by that joke, but there's one that's insanely obese that appears right at the end that just comes out of nowhere, that makes one joke at the end of the episode, and I was thinking, oh my god, how did they get away with that? Though there's a longer term precedent set for adult jokes in the show. So overall, the episode has good humor, good guest roles, good background appearances, because we got to see Jet Set and Upper Crust, who hadn't appeared since the episode Sweet and Elite, another top tier rarity episode in my opinion. The only real downsides are the slow pace and the fact that the first half of the episode isn't nearly as memorable as the second half. So overall, I give this episode a 7 out of 10. It's a good episode, and it certainly has a lot of great things in it, but if they made the first half more memorable and they made the first half funnier or more I don't know, bombastic or over the top, maybe the second half would have rung stronger with me if the first half was more interesting. So, that's my review, and see you next week for the next episode review. Thank God this hiatus is finally over.